it will be 10. I'm not using the discount from Mindsplice. Alright, now it's better. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we will be playing Azorius Control, but with Mindsplice Apparatus. Do you even remember this card is in the format? Somehow nobody's using it, and you know what, I thought that I enjoyed this kind of decks and you probably miss it. So we will play it today with all the Silver Scrutinies, Twilight, Syncopates for those hard counters late game, and yeah, Witness the Future ×2, so this way you can have infinite value in the deck and infinite loops, and it's super fun when it works. So guys, we will see the deck in action. I think you get the drill, and using this occasion, really thank you for all the new subscriptions, guys. You are absolutely amazing, and thank you for all the support, means a lot to me. And with that being said, let's go into games and have some fun, because you just Syncopate their 2-drop, Syncopate their 3-drop, and then go Dissipate when they try to play around stuff. I think it's okay. Like, we'll just go for a tempo play a little bit. I want him to, you know, get rid of the cards. And I mean, that's a lot of Syncopates, but I do not mind. So I think the strategy is to keep trading 1 for 1, then hitting 4 lands and Memory Deluge, and that's where we get the edge. Because he's not playing the color. You know what? I got mana screwed second game in a row already in this one situation. If we can keep trading card for card, it should be fine. And that might be second Emperor. I think it could be. Let's see. Oh, alright, alright. That will be interesting. We can Soul Partition it, so it's not a big problem. We'll see what happens. Man, 26 lands. I get mana screwed in turn 3 or 4 every single game. Like, what the hell, Shuffler, today? Like, it's hard to play the game even. Alright, I mean, I think we still have the edge. Like, he has 4 cards and nothing more. The board will be annoying to solve at some point. And yes, I could Soul Partition, but I will do it at the end step. This way his next turn will be way worse. And those tokens are not killing us. Like, look at this smile. This just won't die. Alright, cool. What if I did this? Alright, no interactions, that's good to know. You know what, at this point I'm taking whatever generates any kind of mana. So if he puts a land into Elspeth, we just Syncopate it, then we Stroke and Dissipate, so we have a lot of control over the game. Right now our only problem are lands. Sure, our opponent is trying to bait response because he knows that we are super far behind on mana. And here's more Elspeth. This is important. I think we try to trade the worst counter spell we have for all the mana we have. I have double blue, so I don't need the color fixing. Alright, this should really help. Alright, finally, man. It always feels so good to actually start playing control when you have all the lands and you can you know play all the control stuff, and your opponent is just having those 2 tokens, attacking and not really doing anything impactful. This way, I honestly don't need to do it. So, in all honesty, it's probably a mistake that I did it, but I will still do it. Alright. Go in this direction. Very expensive, so we keep the best counter spell for the last. Oh boy, man, those draws are absolutely devastating. Oh man. Alright, Cottage. So we need to keep Destroy Evil. That just became a top priority card. So on this turn we don't want to counter anything, and I hope that he will wait and try to pressure with Cottage. Perfect, that's exactly what I hoped for. Still, what he will do is activate this and exile the Memory Deluge, so we need to be wary. We can either Fateful Absence, no, Destroy Evil, never mind. Alright, I will go like this. And we keep playing lands. When we cannot play the land, then we Silver Scrutiny and, you know, win the game. Yeah, I think we are grasping control. We are 1 or 2 turns before we absolutely, like, you know, catch him fully, like a spider in the web. All it needed is to hit my lands. I'm surprised he didn't go for the cottage, honestly. That's a big difference. Ashiok. I probably don't want it in the board. Do we go for Field of Ruin right now on the cottage? And yes, you can just use Field of Ruin. But I wanted to use it on Mirex in case they play it. I mean, this is a perfect answer and it's mana efficient. So I will still go like this. Alright, this is super important turn. So he has maybe he has threats. He should leave the best ones for last, but I think Ashiok was his big play, to be honest. He's still not attacking with the cottage. I guess he fears this Field of Ruin. Probably rightfully so. But otherwise, what is he doing? Alright, alright. Sure. I won't have any mana available, so we're going for Fateful Absence or Soul Partition. And he's taking the card. He wants to play more. Man, Ashiok sure is a talker. Alright, let's see the card. He probably wants something to play on this turn, I would guess. No. Let's go. Let's hit some good answers. Not fully over, but we are getting there. And no Fateful Absence. So I could Otawara the Ashiok. So I mean, Otawara into Negate kinda wins this. You know what, I think Mindsplice Apparatus is good enough. I cannot resist the counter spell. It should probably be Otawara, but I will still go for this one. Alright. That should do it. 23 cards. We could also draw a lot on this turn. But I think we just go Mindsplice and then we save like 2 mana and that will be Negate, Destroy Evils, you know, things like this. And right now he's only getting 1 card, which is kinda okay. Tear Asunder is probably on the table. I should keep checking the cards that he's exiling. Are they expensive? I think they are. Not sure. Or no, that was a land. I think this was the previous one. You're right, this token is still going, but as you can see, it's so not relevant, it's crazy. I could try to pressure him with Mirex. Honestly, I think that's the best play. Like, this is 2 mana, I guess this is also 2 mana. I just like having this against Mirex in case it shows up later. I think they usually play mostly Cottage, but we'll see. Oh boy, they really went for it. And I don't know what version did they play exactly, but we'll still counter. I think it was double completion, just to have make disappear mana. We don't have a creature, but we could go Mirex into double blue, right? Let's see. Wandering Emperor, sure. Fully tapped. Fully tapped. If we go Mirex, there is a chance we go for Ashiok. But we need a very specific hit. If we go Mindsplice, we can just try to battle this. I think this is how we go. Let's roll. We have some discount. Very good at magic. Alright, so I guess this solves quite a lot of problem. Fully tapped. Let's invest this 1 mana here. Show what's up. And now we will go what? 6 cards? Yeah, 6 cards should be okay. That will help a lot, and we still have the Destroy Evil or Smite. It should be blue, right? We might be using double Mirex. Alright, and with Farewell we are getting closer. Alright, our opponent is making a lot of challenge because he's playing basically Abzan Planeswalkers. So we need a counter spell for most of those. Trying to hit another one. Let's see, that can work, we'll see. Very soon we just cast Twilight and he needs a sweeper, and I think he plays one, right? I didn't see anything so far. He didn't even exile it. But it's not possible he plays white control with Planeswalkers and not have Sunfalls, right? Here it is. Do I care? Let's go to combat phase. Oh boy, that's probably not the one you wanted. Alright, so this one white mana really paid out, even more than I expected. And we just got 3 damage. And right now he lost his big way of dealing damage after the sweeper. And I think now we go with the Twilight. And force our opponent to do stuff. Eight? I think it will be 8. Let's go. It will be 10. I'm not using the discount from Mindsplice. Alright, now it's better. Alright. On this turn we don't want to keep anything because he has no manlands, no tokens, and 10 is much more than 9. Alright, here we go. But we're at 19, so we'll take 1 hit, Sunfall this, and go around it.
Keep watch for intruders.
Witness the Future would be great here. 12 damage. Alright, let's see what happens. So 1, 2. I cannot make 3. Alright, understandable. This will hurt, but we will get the Sunfall token, so we'll basically translate this guy into our guy. And he's running low on cards. Even though we will lose the mites, we can still just get bigger token, which can be relevant. Yeah, I'm not using the Smite. Oh man, that hurt. Alright, 3 cards to go. 3 cards to go. I didn't count all the scrutinies and all this stuff, so we have 1 Syncopate. And quite a lot. Man, we actually have quite a lot of good cards there. And I don't need more Mind Splices, right? Alright, it is what it is. But it's so cheap that we can keep doing the Mirax stuff at the end of the turn. Summoning Sickness, so we cannot kill the Emperor yet. But they cannot make a token on this turn, which is super great. Samurais are great at killing Might tokens. And this way he either makes a Samurai to try to kill the tokens, or just pluses and risks losing Emperor for free. Or he just has another one. This feels like he might have another one, but we'll see. We will see. 7 to 28, but we have the Smite. 1, 2. I think on the next turn we can make 3, right? Let's go! That's a decent board. Some cute lands from the top. I love it. And let's full swing. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can Smite on top of everything. And that's kinda huge. Let's see if the Emperor pops out. Doesn't feel like it. It should already have been played. But I think we're on our way to winning this. Triple Mirax is a lot. If he draws his own, I can just filter throwing this. Or he can just Sunfall again. I see. Usually they play 3, so 1 more to go, I think. And he needs to keep doing it basically every turn. And if I draw a Silver Scrutiny, the game is over. If I draw Witness the Future, probably the game is over as well. Was that the right tap? I think it tapped my Mirax. Alright, I guess. Nothing to hit. Right, I think we should have 3, but I didn't check the auto-tapper. That's the 3rd land in a row. Man, what's up with the draws? Like, I play 26 lands like always. It's either mana screw or just getting flooded late game like crazy. I cannot really attack unless I go for artifacts. I could go for a while, but not now. Not now. We'll wait one more turn and then make a lot of tokens. We'll go to 5. With 3, maybe I would do it already. Yeah, very possibly. Right, and he needs to keep it for defense, which won't really work. Especially that, let's check the taps. Correct. I think Field of Ruin might have a higher priority. Yep, that's okay. And the last one. The last one. Alright, man, this game definitely not going the way I expected it to go, but I think with Triple Mirrors we're really ahead here. And every time we draw something that is not a land, which seems to be impossible for some reason, boy, what's up? Alright, let's keep attacking. We create 3 creatures, he can kill one of them, and if he attacks, he loses the defender's advantage, let's say. And on the next turn I can just farewell. It probably isn't needed even. Alright, let's see what's up. Smite. This is the part of the game where we trade 1 for 1 for tokens. And he's still at 4. So even though he killed 2, I can have more on the next turn than on this one. Let's see. And he needs another Sunfall again. That feels like a Sunfall. Right, I think he will Sunfall right now. Then I will make the tokens, he will block, not die, and then threaten the counter attack for lethal. Exactly. Sure. But he doesn't know about the farewell. We of course don't want to lose the artifact, but given we are not drawing anything except lands, we don't supercar at this point. And we have another one. So assuming we will never draw any card that can be played, we still win, I think. Alright. So, my turn. Yep, 8. Even more. Wow, our 1 drop from the deck oh no, but those are artifacts as well, right? So we kinda waste our own. But man, what can you do? We have to do it. Or we just smite it. Alright, let's attack and see if he blocks. I wonder if he will. Alright, correct decision. But that still means it's lethal on the next turn. Let's go artifacts. So even if he transforms, it's still an artifact. What about the graveyard? I don't think we go for it because ours is better. We have counter spells, so let's just go for artifacts. Which coincidentally kills the whole board. So 1, 2, 3. So we have still 2 spare mana on top of using Triple Mirrors. Alright, I mean, we are still killing him on the next turn. Unless he goes for lethal, but we have Smite to prevent it, and Sunfalls won't create tokens. Yep, appreciate it, my friend, but man, my draws kinda sucked. Like, I might be a bit biased, but in this situation it really felt like this. Like, imagine drawing Silver Scrutiny or Witness the Future, a single card, and I don't... Like, look at this stuff, man. Like, I'm just keep playing clans every turn. And I play exactly the same amount as with every other deck. Alright, I appreciate it. Our opponent gave us the, the fun of hitting 10 poison. He actually played very well. That was a smart play. If we didn't have exactly farewell, that would kill us. So right now we skip the scary part of the game where we are on the draw and we cannot answer anything. And this is the impactful part, right? Countering Wedding Announcement basically gets rid of all of his tempo that he had so far. And Union. So this can shuffle up to 4 counter spells to, your deck. Now it's fine. It's actually fine because it's too late. So right now we can wait until it transforms, Sunfall, and he's not getting much. I should wait until the end step, but he has just 1 mana. So what we will do right now is just go Mirrors. We could Witness the Future, Anything great? Just Syncopate? I think we will go with the Mirex token maybe. Maybe we can force him to defend a little bit, but probably not because he's making a new one. Mono white so far. Taking the... Man, why am I on 26? Alright, my cards. They do work like this. Alright, that's a little bit scary. That is a little bit scary, not mine. Okay, -3. Oh boy, Elspeth with no counter spells on our part, we only had one Syncopate, is pretty scary. Not the biggest hit, but good enough. Let's go for this. That's not my original plan, but we'll try to shuffle it. Okay, this helps. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, I think I have the plan. Soul Partition? Not yet. It's for the next turn. Alright, I wish that he tapped out fully, then we play Apparatus and we go crazy on the next turn. We can already hit Sunfall for 4 on the next turn, having 2 spells potentially. That's fine. Damage doesn't really matter right now. Also the counters as well. Alright, annoying, but bearable. This is the card that makes a lot of mess, basically, but the creature is not super deadly, so you usually find answers in time. Drawing card, that's okay, we'll draw more. 3 open mana. Let's keep the Soul Partition, but I guess it won't really work. Don't. No way he has instantly the March. No way, man. He definitely has something, right? There's only March, I believe. And he's just exiling cards? Easy! That's freaky. Have you considered just hitting the cards you exactly need? Oh man, I'm salty. Oh man. I didn't see March used against me since a long time, I think. So, what is the play? Do we just go with the Sunfall token? Yep. Because it gets rid of all the board. Right now he doesn't have anything to plus. He doesn't really have anything in the graveyard, so land is probably the best case. And he's down to 2 cards. And on the next turn we can pressure Elspeth, hopefully with some good results. If not, we just exile her, but it will be a problem. Alright, Syncopate is great. Alright, finally a great draw. I think that might solve the issue. This is one of the huge things we really needed. So the next play is him transforming Eiganjo and giving it some abilities, right? Then we try to exile it with Soul Partition and kill the Elspeth, while protecting our board with Syncopate. Man, that was weird. I don't think there are many cards that destroy artifact that are kinda meta right now. I think it's only Mars, and you usually play like 1 or 2 in the whole deck. Alright, so what do we do? This will get Soul Partitioned. Let's put some pressure. That's fine. He's really hitting those answers, man. But Emperor is more expected at least. So we can kill the Emperor in this situation, probably. Let's start like this and see what happens. We have a hard counterspell, but we would really rather not use it. Those might be Smite, so let's check it. If not, I will just go for the huge Twilight and try to flip the board. But yeah, they will have Sunfalls for sure. Alright, one problem out of the game. If he goes for a Eiganjo, I think I allow it. I could counter it perfect. No. Yeah, sure, bro. So 4 mana exactly, so we're not wasting a hard counter spell on this one. Sure. And you know, he's frustrated because Mono White doesn't have too many late game plays. They kinda try to get value from each card, but they don't have this cool, you know, drawing effect, so that's a big issue for the color. And we'll make another token, I believe. Let's see if they have more Emperors. Not yet. Not yet. So, open mana, trying to pressure the Planeswalker. Like, this is enough. If we can get rid of the few cards that they have left, it should be good. If they say your go a lot, they usually know they will lose. Nah, no targets. Eiganjo not giving him the best dividend so far. It basically ramped him for one land during the whole game, and that's it. And it's still one turn, so... Oh boy! That's interesting. Sure. Like, I can make another one, right? And keep going.
Let's do this together.
Actually, it doesn't really do much, because I think I will go for the Twilight, but maybe I draw something that changes my mind, so let's go still. Maybe they will kill it or something. Alright. Getting her down to 1 loyalty. You know what? I think we're going like this. We can make double tokens and even farewell the enchantments, which will leave the board empty, and I think that will be the winning play. You could also... Yeah, I think that's the best play. Because he will really rely on this architect to save the Elspeth. Probably one removal, one block, and one loyalty here from the damage, and that is his plan, I think. But we'll see. If he casts something heavy like Eternal Wanderer, we just counter it. And the Planeswalkers are really something perfect! Absolutely perfect! Oh man, I'm definitely farewelling this. And he won't like it. Yeah, I think the game is closed. Probably anything meaningful we can just counter. My turn. 1. Let's see if that's an Emperor. Still an Emperor. Man, he loves those Emperors. So we will use Smite in one of those, that's for sure. I don't mind the graveyards, we'll just go like this. And this way we save one of the tokens. So, what is the play here? We have a hard counter spell, we can kill one of the Planeswalkers. Is that Elspeth or Emperor? Enjoy your Elspeth. I don't think she matters right now. I could also save mana and do this. This way I can counter his last card. I think it's worth it. Like, we're nowhere near dead, and we can just spare 1 mana on the next turn when he attacks or something. Sure. Good draw. Gives him the target for Elspeth while also not costing any cards, and his mana is kinda infinite, so really good draw for him. But we still have Twilight, so the board doesn't matter as much. 2 damage acquired. Those 2 cards are the only problem. We could just kill Elspeth, I guess. 1, 2... Yeah, I think we're going for Witnessing the Future, and we're trying to hit some good cards. Is Farewell needed? It's not bad. I will take it. But what I'm really looking for is Silver Scrutiny, probably. Alright, let's go for this now. Alright. Maybe a little bit different game plan that you might have expected, but I feel that it will go well. Famous last words. Point is that I have a lot of life, so I do not care super much, and the Twilight will get me absolutely out of the trouble. I just need Mindsplice. Let's see if he has another Marsh somehow for it. Because if not, we can go absolutely crazy. She's at 4, right? So on the next turn she might go for -1 and shield something. This might be our trigger for Fateful Absence. We'll see. It will be cheap on the next turn, so whatever. Cause why not? Cause why not? Alright, it's getting a little bit better. Yeah, alright, I think we are getting there. So we will wait until his upkeep. This way he needs to spend his mana during his turn if he wants to draw the card. And he will have quite a lot of cards, so it will matter probably.
Try not to give up hope.
And we are stabilizing. We have full mana with Syncopate and Dissipate. He really feels desperate for cards, and we probably want until to wait until the board is huge, and then Twilight to get the best value. 5 damage a turn is not a lot. I smite you. This will create a lot of pressure. Honestly, I could go for the Mindsplice, but I don't think I have great way to get around it, but we'll see. You know what? Artifacts and graveyards. Sure. I guess it works. It solved itself out. So our opponent will hit us for a little bit. I want to wait with Mindsplice a bit. And I think we can even try to raise him. 2 damage a turn is not a lot. And we should draw something that removes the samurai. And here we go. Doesn't work like this. Man, he's actually helping us. Sure. So this way we get extra mana, and is that enough? No, we still need one more to activate second Mirax, but it was close. This makes our draws a little bit better though. Alright. The time of getting flooded is upon us. And I think we just... No, we don't attack. I think what we will do to close the game is just create Mirax tokens and force him to play into us. Probably Sunfall is the best case for him. And on the next turn we can keep losing 1 might a turn, because we create 2 mites a turn. Here it is. Alright. And we'll see how he reacts. I will start attacking him probably. This is a good draw, honestly. You know what? Let's create more pressure. It's fun. So we kill it, we deal 3 poison a turn, and we keep up the counter spells, so he needs to play into us. That was the idea, but you know what? Against white decks it's usually easy in the late game. Alright, our balance mana definitely showing up. Let's see, we should be fine. At some point we'll just hit 1 blue mana and we can sort the rest at this point, and we have enough. Shuffler, do you really need to do me dirty? Like, I have perfect symmetry with lands in this deck and perfect symmetry with blue and white cards. But I don't have perfect symmetry with draws from Shuffler. We didn't draw a single land so far. And then I get comments like, oh no, 26 lands, you get flooded, bro. Thank you. Man, my only hope is that my opponent will just play into all my cards. Man, Shuffler is just on the rampage. We didn't draw a single land this game, instead of the first card of the game. If we can solve this, that would be a miracle. We are already basically out of the game. And the point is, we can live with double white mana. As you can see, we can live for a pretty long time. Yeah, that's like the third one. This is one of the games, right? You could say that I don't play blue mana in this deck, when in fact I have exactly the same amount of white and blue sources, which means that for 3 white sources I should have 3 blue sources. Still, I think we're doing impressive job. I don't even care what our opponent is doing. So he will kill it in response, so to avoid the exile effect, which is correct play. But it's kinda fun, I don't even care what my opponent is doing. This is sorcery. I think this is the play. So we are taking 14 damage, and we try to... Alright, for a moment, man. I'm not shuffling anything, simply because I fear that I won't hit a land. Oh my god. Guys, can we still do it after basically not playing for like 4 turns in a row? Alright, so he will probably play this and I will take the hit. He doesn't have haste except the cottage. Cottage might be annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Oh nice, that's smart. 17 damage, easy. And this is the situation where I actually need to go for it. Because I will die to the cottage after the Sunfall. Because you know, we aren't very good at magic. I don't think we'll win. Like, we have full hand of counter spells and we are 4 turns behind, so I mean, yeah, that will definitely go great. So our only choice is to keep drawing a lot of good cards and somehow slow the game. It is doable, but we need our opponent to just stop playing bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. Especially with a Manland and Life of Toshiro. They can activate it at the upkeep and then buff it instantly, so this can be a 6-6. Yep, our opponent is of course playing very well. And this might be the first turn when we actually... Man, we needed this much time and 6 lands to actually have the first turn of normal magic so far. And I'm not sure if that's not way too late. That's so much damage already. They will instantly get it. I don't think there's any chance for us in this regard. Like, if we keep countering spells, he will just kill us on the board. So I need him to get all the value. Give him the cards, I guess, because he might activate the Shakedown Heavy and the Fight Rigging thing. And then we need to draw a Farewell or a Sunfall. Interesting. This has Trample, so fair point. That's an interesting one. I will give him the card, because then I can draw 2 more cards myself. Thanks to not activating the token. Oh, this has Menace as well, so you know, it's not like we really had a choice. Alright, perfect. Hopefully he will play the Dread Knight, and that will... Oh man, he's actually playing very smart. That's exactly how he should be playing. Alright, we're slowly maybe getting somewhere. I cannot believe we are actually still in this game. Right, that should be it. And this is one of the better draws because it kinda does a little bit of everything. It forces our opponent to start defending. It means that Cottage won't kill us because we're at 9 thanks to life gain. And even though he got the creatures in the graveyard, they aren't super quick. As you can see, because we are so behind since start of the game, like 3 turns behind of where we should be, we didn't use a single counterspell this game. Because in order to use a counterspell, you would have the untapped mana, you know? And every sweeper is a sorcery. So if you are forced to defend with sweepers, this is the natural outcome. I guess him having one blocker is really good for us. Oh, I forgot I'm a Mindsplice thing. I'm just fighting, man. The whole game I'm literally fighting only against Shuffler. I don't even care what my opponent is doing. 1 mana, let's go like this then. I don't think he has enough mana to kill me, right? I won't count. Let's go with this. It puts a little bit of pressure. And then we will see what happens. Of course, I need some good draws from the top, because he can just kill me with this in 2 turns. I guess in 3 turns, because we have a blocker, I guess, and 2 counter spells to protect it. Oh boy. That's not perfect. Alright, so we need something really good, man. If he casts spells, he is not casting the Cottage, right? So it's what, 5? He has 5. Cool. Turn 8. Starting to cast our main strategy for drop. Alright, still going, huh? So this is the one we can counter, if we care. I actually want him to cast the 7 drop. I will give him additional card in the worst case, but this will be a huge problem because of the trample. and there's not really way to go around it. You could almost say that not playing for 4 turns kinda loses you the edge in the game. Not sure. That's my random feeling of the day. We need... I don't even know what we need, man. Farewell, probably. Now some lands. I mean, this is one of the games that is entirely up to shuffle. Alright guys, after the games, I hope you enjoyed them. I'm sorry if I was any kind of ranty, but man, I didn't have such a weird draw since a very long time. And I want to point something out which is even more baffling. Look at this. The perfect symmetry in both cards, in colors, and also on the lands, right? Because we are playing only lands that do exactly one or the other mana. No color is favored. Of course, we need double white on some parts and double blue on some. But man, it's as symmetrical deck as it is ever possible. And we were having such weird draws. So just wanted to summarize it for you. What about the deck? To be honest, it's like Mindsplice Apparatus decks. They tend to have this weakness of if you draw Mindsplice, you don't get the value sometimes. If you get the value, sometimes you don't have Mindsplice. One of the cool parts about the deck is that when you can survive and piece this Mindsplice Apparatus, one Twilight with amplification from oil counters just gets you so much ahead. Like you have seen in one of the games, it was x equal 8 instead of 10, or 10 instead of 8, and that is the difference between 1 turn lethal and 2 turn lethals. Also, the life gain means that you probably cannot be raised anymore, and yeah, the card is really sweet with the Mindsplice Apparatus, and it cannot really be played in other versions. I think that's a really cool part about it. Sweeper that also reverses the racing tempo and also life gain, so you cannot be bursted. Like, it does a lot, man. I tried to go for card advantage on this version, so we have triple Silver Scrutiny. I will still play Memory Deluge, because usually you can get the flashback version for exactly the maximum mana you can play, and if you can hit one Scrutiny from this, the game is over. So that's your, bridging part of the deck for Cardo. And Witness the Future ×2. It could be, the quick start as well, but I wanted this one for Infinite Loop, because I know that it was so fun when it worked, and yeah, I think you will enjoy this part as well. Heavy counterspell action, normally 3 counterspells that are hard, is not too much. However, here in the late game you get the advantage of Syncopate basically becoming a hard counter spell, which is super cute and it will win you a lot of games. So this is one of the favorite parts about Mindsplice Apparatus decks. Early game you have like this, small Make Disappear that turns out at some point into a Dissipate, which is insane, very often for 1 mana as well. So yeah, some advantages for the deck, some disadvantages. It is a little bit more dicey, I think, than the classic controls, but it's way more over the top. And so if you want those epic games, this will produce for sure. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the deck. It was really fun to play with this archetype. We might try more. Tell me in the comments if you enjoyed it, and as always, really thank you for being here. It is extremely appreciated, and it makes so much fun to share those decks, and I hope you enjoyed the games. They're a little bit long, maybe a little bit ranty, but I think we all can relate to those flutes and mana screws that get us going in the arena. So I hope that you enjoyed all together, and see you tomorrow.